Trying. Can you hear me now? Is this better? Yes. Look, I've literally gone pink, like hot flush here, like literally. I can tell by the mic it's on green. It's on green. Okay, amazing. Welcome. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. Oh my God. Anyway, we are all here. We're not going to make a song and dance out of it. At least you guys can hear and see me all right. Welcome in, everyone. We got, who we got? Who have we got? We got the usual gang. Thank you for being here. No, Carl. No, it's not any of that. Like, literally, this mic is playing tricks on me. So today we're talking about, my friends, we are talking about, do they even miss you? Do they even think about you? Why are they, what's going on? This is what we're going to be talking about. Hello, Pony's Picks. We got Eric, we got Paul, we got Rico. We've got a few new names in here today. Hello and welcome in. Where are you guys watching from? I'm in the UK. So we got UK in the house. We've got, who else have we got? We got Paul from Lancashire. We got San Francisco. We got Angie B, San Francisco. We got Virginia Beach in the house. We got the Isle of Man. Gosh, we're like literally all over the place. This is amazing. We got UK. We got New York, Dallas, KCFC from New York, Rochester. We got San Diego. I love San Diego, Carl. It was such a cool place. We got Croatia. We got Balkan Kings. Hello, welcome in. This is amazing. I'm so happy. We've got Rico in Essex. I haven't been to Essex for ages. Actually, Rico, do you remember I used to go to this club called Faces, like back in the day? Don't know if that's still there, like ages ago. We got Connecticut. We got Arizona. Mark from Arizona. Love that place. So pretty. Love Arizona. And then we got Indiana. We got Passive Passion from Dubai. We got Freezing US MN. I don't know what that is. We got Manchester in the house. And we got North Kakalaki. Oh, Alex, I'm sorry if I've said that wrong. I'm so sorry. Kakalaki. North Kakalaki. Yes, I think I've said that okay. We got Byron Troy. We got Georgia in the house, William. We got the Philippines. Oh my gosh, you're watching from the Philippines. Wow. Oh, Monica, well, I'm glad that you are here. I'm glad that you guys are here. Sorry, I've got to read this out because honestly, like, I know that when people watch the replay of the lives, they're like, oh, this is so boring. Like, literally 10 minutes in after I've like welcomed every country. But do you know what? This really actually fascinates me. I'm like, we got Athens, we got Dimizola, like Athens and Greece. Oh my God, I'll be there soon. I'm going to be there soon. Welcome in. We got Michigan, North Carolina. We got Demetrius in Athens. We got 2 people from Athens in Greece. Oh my gosh. Whoop, whoop. Who else have we got? You know, most of the continent. I know, Eric, like literally all of the continents are in the house. Literally. And we got Chicago. My cousin, Jeff, my cousin lives in Chicago. I haven't seen her for ages. Anyway, like this is amazing. Honestly. And we got Mexico. We got Monica in Mexico. Wow. That's the place I'd love to go. We've got Pennsylvania, East Tennessee. Oh. And we got Matthew in Oxford. That's such a cool place. Stuart, we will in a minute. We will get going. Global warming is a whole new context. Yeah. We got Maine in USA and we've got Florida in the house. We do, Jess. We've got Florida in the house. Mark Lee, anybody in the space station? Well, I don't know, my friends. We've got Sarah, we've got Rico. I haven't watched a live for a while. Do you know what, Rico? Well, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad. Thank you, Monica. I'm really pleased. I'm really, really pleased. Okay, guys. So yes, let's get into it because you know what? These lot that watch the replay, Oh, that's what you meant, KCFL. You're so sweet. Thank you. You guys are so cute. Thank you so much. Right. I really appreciate your comments. I really do. Also, my friends, I've got a poll in the chat. So do get your votes in because I will be revealing, and we will be talking about this more obviously like later on in the live. We got Belgium as well. We got Bruno in Belgium. This is amazing. KCFL, yes, to you too, to you too. Sarah from the UK, hello, my dear. And just Jess says, knock free almost 2 years. Yes, this is it. Yes. Whoop, whoop. Amazing. That's exactly, this is exactly what we need in our lives. Knock free. Okay, so today, guys, today we are talking about, I've made notes. I've made notes because you know what I'm like. You know, I end up going off on a tangent and then I just talk and then I talk and talk and then we're like, oh my God, where's the time gone? So today we're talking about, is the narcissist really happy without you? Like, are they even happy without you? You know, and the reason, right, so I've got to say, so this was like, I was getting so many questions on the DMs on Instagram, and people were saying like, oh, you know what, like I've been watching the narcissist, I've been seeing them like on social media, on like Instagram, and everyone, they just seem to be living their best life. They seem to be so happy, they're doing so good in their lives. And they were like, is that true? And I had, do you know what, and I had a long time client, and she's been like on and off with this person, and she was saying the same thing. She was like, you know what? I think he's finally moved on. He's found someone else, like another person after. Does that mean that they're ever going to find their like forever person? Are they really happy without me? And you know what? Do you know what I'm going to say is I always say this, my friends. How can someone be good? Like, how can someone be all right when they have treated you the way that they have? Okay, these people don't just change overnight. Like, you've got to put the work in. You've got to have awareness about yourself if you want change. You know yourselves, okay? You know yourselves how much work, how much time you have put in to changing, to bettering your life, right? So, do you think that that person's going to be doing that? No. They're not. So I just wanted to say that, but this is what we're going to be talking about. So we're going to talk about understanding the narcissist post-breakup behavior. We're going to talk about the reality versus the fantasy. Because let's face it, like most people live in fantasy. Not going to lie. A lot of people don't live in reality. Not you guys. I'm not talking about you guys, but I'm just talking about them. Yeah. Why do they act happy? Are they really happy? We're also going to talk about the rebound relationship and its purpose. Remember, everything has a purpose, and this one does as well. And how long does it last? What basically is it about? We're also going to like, and I also wanted to talk about, you know what, like emotional healing and taking your power back. Why do you care if they're happy or not? Okay. Signs that the narcissist is actually suffering, because they are, and what real healing looks like. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, my friends. So if you're wondering whether they are suffering, well, my friends, they do. They do. They do. It's like what I said. You can't go around doing what you do and expect to get away with it. There is something called karma. And I really, really believe in this. I know that this is a thing. Okay. Karma is a thing. Kick rocks. Yes, point. Ponies picks. This is, do you know what? I actually didn't know this term. And because I've been working quite a lot of you guys from like New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, I know that this is a thing that you guys say, because I remember one of my clients was saying to me, yeah, I told her to kick rocks. And I was like, what do you mean kick rocks? Now I know it's like an expression that you guys use. So yeah, I don't know. Ponies picks, like Mitch, that was like you wrote that. I just saw that. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, you guys say kick rocks. Okay. So my friends, let's get into the live stream. How is everyone? First of all, How is everyone doing? Drop a smiley face into the chat if you are doing good. I hope that you are, because we're all here together. Okay. We are all here together. You are all supported. I see every single one of you. And also, those of you that are not on the chat, that's fine. We've got nearly 100 of you here today. Guys, all I ask, if you just press the like button, press the thumbs up, the like button. Actually, smash the like button, my friends, because this helps to get that information out there. So I really hope to help other people who are going through this as well. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that all of you are putting smiley faces. This is great. So you guys are doing good. This is good. Bruno says karma with spotlights. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Jim, you're trying your best. Okay. Okay, my friends. That's all right. Well, do you know what? You're in the right place. All right. You guys are in the right place because we're here. It's Tuesday night for some of you, Tuesday morning for some of you. I don't think we got the Australians in because otherwise it would have been Wednesday morning for them. But nevertheless, we are all here together. Thank you for the likes, my friends. We're all here together and we're going to have a good time, okay? Because who says healing has to be boring and tough? No. Okay, so let's look at the narcissist facade and the reality. Why? So let's put this into context, yeah? All right. So you're in a relationship with them and all they do is just treat you so badly, and then they just leave. There's no explanation, no understanding why. They just go, right? So this leaves us very bewildered, hurt, not understanding what really has happened, what really is going on, right? And then lo and behold, they're in something new with someone else. And you guys didn't get the memo, right? You guys didn't get the memo. You didn't they didn't even say to you what they were doing, why you guys are not going to be together anymore, right? This is what happens. So they disappear. Or they are unfaithful. They betray you and they don't even say sorry. Like, I mean, who does that? Seriously, who does that? They do. So why? And then they move on. And this is the hardest part, isn't it, my friends? When someone that you care about, someone that you love, someone that you trust, and let's not forget about that because trust is a big thing. Okay. Someone that you trust betrays you like this, does this to you, and it hurts bad. Thailand says, how do I stop loving my narcissist boss, who I was in a relationship with for about 2 years? We're going to talk about this, Thailand. I'll answer your question in just a moment. Thank you for it anyway. I will answer it. Okay. And so what's going on here? Why do they act happy? Why have they got to put you down and make you out to be the bad person and then they act happy? They show off on social media, like holidays that they might be going on, new relationships, like the best life kind of posts. This is called the illusion of winning the breakup. Yeah. So they've got to show to everyone that they are doing good. You know why, my friends? This is again, this is all about manipulation. Because why do you need to do that? Why do you need to show off? Why do you need to do that to somebody else? Yes, meow. I do agree. Why have you got to show off to someone that you're doing good? Knowing that the other person is hurting. But this is again all about control and this is all about manipulation. Think about it. Why would someone do that? Why would you want to rub it in and post it knowing that the other person is going to see it? You guys are going to see it. Well, it's all about control, isn't it? If you really think about it, because they're controlling how you feel. They know how it's going to make you feel. So they're doing it because it makes them feel good. And remember, if they're showing the world that they are doing good, then that means that this was your fault, that you're the bad person. So this is part of the smear campaign, my friends. This is about putting you down. So again, this isn't the reality. This is the facade. And this is where they live. I've got to tell you, and And it's really like, I don't know how else to explain it, but this just popped into my mind. When I was just, I think it was just before when I did my master's in clinical psychology, or was it during? I think it was around that time. So not early on in my career, but kind of like early-ish. I used to work at a mental health hospital. It was a low secure. So I had a lot of forensic clients. So people who had been in trouble with the law for a whole host of things. This is where I really worked with a lot of people with personality disorders, with schizophrenia, and also learning disabilities as well. So what I realized is there is a cycle or a pattern of behavior. Hello, David Lee from Ireland. There's a whole pattern of behavior. Okay. And a lot of this was all about illusion, about creating an illusion. It's about how you see that person. And this really mattered to them, how you saw them, particularly the forensic clients. So, for example, they had committed some really awful crimes where they had taken perhaps maybe lives of others, caused horrific car accidents. So they were in trouble with the law. So they needed to be within this facility to be able to get better and move on. Okay. So what I realized in my observations, and I wrote a paper about this, it was that the way that you perceive them, the way that a stranger perceived them really mattered to them. Because the people that know them, the people that know who they are, those people already know. So, like, for example, if you see through the narcissist facade, you see the truth, then you're no longer impressionable. You're no longer malleable. That the narcissist doesn't really see you as valuable anymore. The value you hold is when that person can't, when you don't see the truth. So basically, you're believing the narcissist. That's what they like. That's what they want. So yeah, it's just something worth noting. Obviously, like, because I've had this experience, because I see the cycle of these disorders and the way that people think, this very much mirrors or echoes this situation as well. So for them, it's all about this illusion. It's all about how you see them, how people perceive them. They want to be seen in this light. So they don't really live in reality. How can you be seen as a good person, or you paint yourself as a good person, but you've committed these horrible crimes? How can you be seen as a good person, yet you are hurting other people? You are hurting people that actually love you. Do you see what I mean? That's why it's really important to them that you see them in a certain light. And that's why I think a lot of this, when they're posting on social media that, like, oh, I'm living my best life, like, I'm doing so good, and look at all the holidays that I'm going on. Like, I'm so happy. You were the one that dragged me down. You see, that's what they want other people to believe. That's what they want everyone out there to believe, that it's you. It's not them, it's you. Because again, what they're doing is they're hiding, they're manipulating their perception of themselves. Again, I'm going to ask you the question, who does that? Like, why would you do that? But I can understand why they are doing it, because they don't want people to see the truth. They know. They know. So this is what it calls into question, because when a lot of people say, oh, do you think that they know what they are doing? Yeah, they do. Of course they know what they are doing. Because why would they be hiding it? If they didn't know, like, think about it. If they didn't know what they were doing, then they wouldn't need to hide. They wouldn't need to be so covert, like hidden, do things behind people's backs. They know. They know. And that's where it calls into question morals and values, you know? So are they really happy? Are they actually really happy? Well, when we look at their behavior, they're always looking for external validation because they have internal emptiness, don't they? They're always looking for someone to make them feel better. They're always looking for someone to make them happy. You're the one that has to be controlled and manipulated in order to meet their needs, because they can't do that for themselves. So there is this emptiness that exists within every single one of them. Why do they need an audience to appear fulfilled? Why do they need to do this? And this is the issue. It's all about and this is what I was saying, it's all about what everyone thinks. It's important to them how people view them, because what they are doing is they are hiding. They are hiding their real selves. Because if you knew who their real selves were, you would have run a mile, right? Like what you have done. You've seen the truth. You see who they are. You can see how damaged these individuals are. So you don't stay with them, do you? You're not going to think about it. You're not going to, once you figure out who they are, you're not going to stay and you're going to take on this abuse, are you? They know this as well. This is why they keep you trapped. This is why they don't want you to see it. They don't want you to realize what is going on. Bruno says, the moment you realize that you deserve better, you do. Turn around and know your value. I really feel bad for her next victims. They will have to do better than me. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's the thing. Once you realize who they really are, you got to go. And that's what happens. A lot of people do, but they don't want that. They want to keep you trapped. They don't want you to leave. Why would they want you to leave when you are giving them exactly what they require? They've managed to mold you, manipulate you into thinking a certain way, and you are giving them validation. You are making them feel good. Why would they want you to leave? But this is where you've got to have your discernment. Okay. And even those of you, okay, that are thinking, oh, I've been looking on their social media, and they look like they're having the best time of their lives. And I'm going to say to you, stop. Just stop. Stop looking at the social media. Stop looking at what they are doing, because you're still fueling them. You're still giving your energy to this person. You're still giving the attention. They want you to look. Who do you think this whole show is for? It's for you. Okay. And that's why they do it. Exactly, KCFL. I love that. All the emojis of running. You do. You have to go. Sorry, my hair's really annoying me today. You have to go. Because what are you going to do? Stay and take this? Like, you're not a doormat. You're not someone's emotional slave. So what you're doing when you're looking at their social media, you're giving yourself a disservice. Because if you're looking at that, what you are seeing is the facade, is the illusion, how they want you to see them. It's not the truth. You're not seeing the reality of the situation. And think about it. When you are looking, or when you are asking about them, when you're wondering about them, what is that doing to you? That's bringing you down. That's making you feel bad, because what you're not doing is concentrating on yourself. You are not thinking about you, about your life, when actually that is the most important, your life, because it is you. You didn't come down here onto this earth to serve this person. I mean, who are they really? Are they really that important in your life? I like that, Druid. Never go back to the pet dog that bit you. Exactly. How did they make you feel? Did they make you feel happy in this relationship? Were you happy? What are you looking back for? What are you looking to the past for? That is not going to bring you any happiness. It's about, you know what, my friends, it's about realizing the truth. And I know that it's really hard for a lot of us to understand that this person is like this. Because I think for a lot of us, how we got to know that person is through the love bombing stage. We think, oh, they're so lovely, they're so kind. Okay, maybe they have been moody with us, maybe they've been horrible. Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for this person, because ultimately, look at them, look at their morals, look at their values as a person. Why do they do those things? Why? Because it serves them. Do you think they think about you? Do you think they even care about what you're doing? No, they care about themselves more. They care about themselves first. So the fact that you are looking at their social media or wondering what's going on for them, struggling, I understand that staying no contact with someone who you probably, have lived with, have had like a serious relationship with. But the fact is, I understand it's hard, but staying stuck, you're not victims, my friends. You're not victims. Because if you're staying stuck thinking about, oh, what they're doing, why are they doing this, looking on their social media, this is just going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. And what you are seeing is a lie, is not actually reality. So don't do it. Guys, smash that like button. Those of you that are not on the chat, that's absolutely fine. I'm really happy that you guys are here, but we've got just under 130 of you. Please do hit that like button. I would be really, really grateful because this really helps to get that information out there. Thank you. Thank you. Jurid VW says, we are warriors and these are demons trained to be trained us to be slayers, if you will. I love that, Jurid. I really do. We know them more behind closed doors, how miserable we've been treated. Yes, Naomi. And this is it. You know the real truth of this person. You know who they are. You know how they made you feel. So don't stay stuck. Hello, Hannah. Don't stay stuck in this reality because that's what they have created for you. This fake reality that you are sitting in. Every time you're watching their social media, asking about them, seeing what they're up to, stop. Concentrate on yourself. Concentrate on your own life. What is it? Right. What we got to do, right? So this is your homework, my friends. And those of you that have done this before, you can do it again. It's absolutely fine. So those of you, okay, that have been on the lives before, I always say this, write down 3 things that you want to achieve by the end of this year. We're in February, my friends. We're in February. What do you want to achieve by the end of this year, or where would you like to be this time next year? And what are the steps that you are going to take to actually get there? So let's just turn this all around onto yourselves, all right? Because this is what is important, not them. Stuff them for the moment, actually forever. Anyway, so you've got to, hello, Bossy. Well, thank you so much for being on the live. Thank you for being here. Okay, so this is about turning all of that attention and everything onto yourself because no one out there is more important than you. So think about what 3 things or what goals you would like to achieve by the end of this year. It can be anything small or anything big. Okay. So, for example, one of my goals is by the end of this year, you guys heard it here first. You guys have heard it here first. All right. Dennis Dalton says soul assassins. I love this. I absolutely, yes, this is it. This is exactly who they are. So one of my goals for the end of this year is to set up a retreat. That's what I want to do. So where I will be hosting retreats to help heal you guys. That's what I really want to do. So I'm taking steps to make that happen. And my other goal, it's probably going to be a lifetime goal. Don't mock me on this one, my friends. The book needs to be finished. The book should have been finished 2 months ago, but it hasn't been. But I will be finishing it this year. There is no way. Thank you, Carl. There is no way that this year is going to finish without me writing this book. Okay, because this has been like 2 years in the making, and I tell you something, like I've not been in the headspace to kind of like really commit to writing this. But as of next month, my friends, I am going to do it. This month, no, but next month I'm going to commit to finishing it. So I will be releasing something hopefully by the end of this year, and definitely will be sorting out a retreat. So that will be coming hopefully at the end of this year or early next year, 2026. So Eric says, oh my God, number 1, need to clean my desk. Yes, I need to clean my desk too. Need to collect some outstanding debt owed to me. Yeah, definitely do that. That's so important. And purchase Anoushka's book. Oh, bless you, Eric. Yes, I will sort this out. I will make sure that this blasted book is written. Warm climate. Yes, that's Carl. That's where I'm going next month. No, 3 weeks from now. Yes, book party at the retreat. KCFL. I love this. I love, yes, that is a thing. That is so happening. Book party at the retreat is so happening. Good idea. Oh my God, guys. Yes. Jim says it's amazing trying to get your debts back when nobody wants to help you anymore. When you're at your lowest, nobody comes back to pay you. Believe me, it's so true. It's so true. People are all about taking what they can for themselves. They take for themselves. They do. And that's where, you know what, and this is what I say, you've got to put boundaries in place, my friends, because if you're going to keep giving and keep making somebody else's life happy, then what about you? You're not looking after yourself. And that is the issue. That is the issue. So if you're not going to do this for yourself, no one's you see, no one's going to do it for you. No one's got your back. You've got to have your back first. And then when you value yourself, you will have other people around you or come into your life that value you as well. You know? Amazing, April. Glad you caught me live. Always likes Dennis always likes the idea of a yoga retreat. Yes, we're going to have yoga on the retreat. I've got someone that does yoga and they're going to do yes, there's going to be yoga. Definitely. Yes, Carl, it's going to yes, warm climate, definitely. It's not going to be in the UK. The retreat is not, I repeat, it is not going to be in the UK. It is going to be somewhere warm. Carl says Capri, Italy. Oh, well, it's gonna be a little bit further than Italy, but that's not a bad idea, definitely, definitely. I can look into that. Hello, Armstrong 72. Yes, Monica, party time. It is party time. Anoushka's party in the house. We're gonna have such an amazing time. Yes, for sure, for sure. Jim says, I'm in Spain. Portugal is supposed to be quite economical for setting up stuff. Yeah, my friend hosts retreats in Portugal and Spain. So I need to talk to her. That's what I need to do. I'll have a chat to her. So maybe there can be like a few. There can be few. Monica says Mexico. Yes. Mexico is beautiful. Do you know what? I've never been. I've been to New Mexico, but I've not actually been to Mexico. That is something that I really would love to do. Mark Lee says, I have an advanced Kriya yoga back. Mark, we might have to get in contact with you for sure. For sure. But yes. Anyway, guys, you see, this is what I mean. I like literally go off topic. Right. Where are we with this? Where are we with this? Okay. So, yeah, are they really happy? So they're always looking for external validation versus their internal emptiness. And you know who they get that external validation from? You guys. If you're like looking at their stuff, if you're struggling with no contact, if you are still giving them emotional information about yourself, you're still validating them. They're still going to be looking for that. They're still going to be wanting that. So, my friends, this is where, again, you take your power back to you. This is what is important. All right. And this is why I was saying set those goals, however big they are or however small. Make sure you are concentrating on yourselves and you are putting all of that energy and attention onto you. Why would you be validating them when you can be validating yourself? Yeah, that's how you got to think of it. Why are you going to be doing it for someone else when you're not doing it for you? Okay, so think about yourselves first. And they need an audience. They need an audience. They need people to feel good. Okay, because they can't do that for themselves. This is all about the emptiness that they feel within them. Okay, so that is what you guys have to understand, that are they really happy? You have to see past the illusion. It's not really real. It's a lie. Like their whole life, the whole thing is a lie. It's not true. And if you, right, even after all of this, you are still looking at what they're doing, you're still feeding into the lie. Yeah. That's what you got to remember. So a lot of people ask, a lot of people wonder, I think all of you probably know this. The rebound relationship. Why do they move on so fast? Why do they get rid of you and then they move on so fast to someone else? Well, guys, my friends, this is all about, if we're going to look at this in psychological terms, all right, this is all about the attachment disorder. They don't attach to you in a healthy way, but they also don't detach from you in a healthy way. So ultimately, what's going on here is that they have issues with attachment. They cannot be with someone and be happy. You know why? Because they are empty within themselves. They can't be happy within themselves. So if you can't be happy on your own within you, how are you going to be happy with someone else? So this is the issue. They're going to move on to someone because they can't attach in a healthy way. They haven't attached in a healthy way, in a meaningful way. Yes, it is really sad, David Lee. It is really, really sad. But ultimately, they move on so fast is because they need another person. They need a replacement. This isn't love. This isn't a real relationship, right? So again, are they really happy? When you're just replacing someone for another person, how is that happiness? How is that love? How is that living your best life? Again, if you really look at the behavior rather than what is being said or what is being shown. You see, this is what we were taught to do, like in my psychology education or in my psychology studies. We were always taught to look at behavior, not what is being said, but the behavior, because your behavior never lies. People can say whatever they want to say, but your behavior never lies. So, this is how you get to know someone, is what actually are they doing? What they bring into the table? What are they showing you? Because remember, everybody in your life will reveal themselves. Just give them time. Think about it. When someone feels comfortable, when someone becomes to feel comfortable in your presence, their real behavior will come out. Because remember, whatever you are thinking is going to be how you are acting. Because again, people can talk, people can tell you anything. And they do. They tell you exactly what you want to hear. But in this case, we need to look at their behavior. So, their behavior says a lot. So, the supply, replacement. They replaced you with someone else. Because why? What? Because you didn't listen to them. What? Because you didn't do what you were supposed to. What? Because you didn't conform. Because you didn't give them enough of your love, your patience, your compassion, your energy. What? Because they decided you didn't do that. And again, that's part of control. That's part of manipulation. Do they ever stop and think that maybe we should talk about this? Maybe we should discuss this? That's what people do in a healthy relationship. They sit down and they talk and they discuss things. They don't just run away into the night, never to be seen again, and then just put you down to other people. That doesn't happen. Like, healthy people don't do things like that. They don't just, say nothing and then, like, a week or two later you find out that they're seeing someone else. Again, those things don't happen in a healthy relationship, because ultimately what you have to remember is that narcissist keeps you trauma bonded to them. They're keeping you hooked. That's what they're doing. They are keeping you hooked onto them. Now, why would someone want to keep you hooked? Why would someone want to do that? Think about it. Who does things like that? Cover, not connection. Yeah, you're right, KCFL. Yeah. Only toxic people do things like this, keeping you hooked, not allowing you to move on with your life. What? Because they think that they own you. What? Because they think they get to decide whether you can move on or whether you stay. Well, because they think that they own your free will and tell you exactly how you're supposed to behave, what you're supposed to think. No, 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 no. Doesn't work like that. Does not work like that. But you see, they feel that they feel that they can do that. And this is where you take your power back, because you know what? Because you are important. You are the ones that are living your life. And this is where you need to take your control of the situation back and see it for what it is. See it that this is someone who is trying to like literally take over you, someone who is taking more than you are willing to give. How dare they? How dare they do that? This is about your life force energy, your power, and you got to take it back. The new supply or the new person that comes into their life, guys, there's over 130 of you. I know that not all of you are on the chat. I know, and that's fine. I'm really happy that you guys are here, and I really hope that this information is helping. But please do smash that like button. I really would be really grateful if you just thank you so much. It really helps to get the information out there because it helps with the algorithm and stuff. So thank you. Thank you so much for the likes. Yeah, so the new supply, that new person that comes in, they don't know. They don't know who this person is, do they? They are believing the lies. Do you remember what I said right at the beginning of this live, or like I don't know, half an hour ago? Yeah. What is happening here is they are believing the facade. They're believing the lie because that is what is important for the narcissist, that this person does not see through what they are doing because they need to keep this person hooked. That's all it is. It's the trap, my friends. It's the trap to keep you hooked. And that's how and why you trauma bond. Okay, so once they've got you hooked, you're not going anywhere. And why would they keep you hooked? Because you are validating them. You are making their life good. That's why they didn't want you to go, but you weren't giving them what they needed. What? Because you saw through the manipulation, you saw through the lies. Good. Glad that you did that. But this is where you now need to think, okay, well, I've seen it now. What are you going to do with that information? Checking their social media, not going no contact. I know not in all cases, not grey rocking them, giving them too much information, worrying about them, thinking about them. Stop. Stop. They want you to be in this low level energy. They want you to be stuck. They want you to feel like this. So, what are you going to do? Give them what they want, even after the end of the relationship. Stop. Stop. See this for what it is. You know that they are toxic. You know what they did to you. And you know that they haven't changed and they're going to be doing this to the next person and the next person and the next person because it is a cycle. It's always, always been a cycle. This is never going to change. We are all in this together. You're absolutely right, Naomi. Hello from the Philippines. You're all in this together. Yes. So, with that information, okay, this is where you can take your own power back. You realize who they are, what they have done, and you are going to take a step back and you are going to realize your own potential. Because I'll tell you something, the worst bit's over. The worst bit, and I know how hurtful this is, when you realize that person that you really love, that you really care about, is toxic, is like this. It's almost unbelievable. It's almost like you've probably second guessed yourself like how many times, right? And then having to believe that, and then having to see it for what it is, and then having to leave. That is the hardest bit. And I'm not saying it's plain sailing and easy now on. I'm not saying that at all because it's not. But the hard bit is over. Now you've got to override those thoughts, those ones where it's saying, oh, just check. Oh, maybe they're with someone else. Maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe you should have done this. Maybe you should have done that. Then they would have stayed. No, no. This was always going to end, my friends. This was always going to end. This was always temporary because this person was supposed to come into your life, stay, cause you trauma. You go into your healing, you elevate, you level up your mind, and you become the best version of yourself. That version that you were supposed to always be. So this person was not going to be able, was not, or not going to be able to stay with you, because you will never be able to be that elevated person, that elevated self. Okay. They came in to cause the break, but for you to elevate, for you to become the best version of yourselves. So if you see it like that, then you'll really realize that even if they're with someone else, doesn't matter. Like, bye, see you later. We could be there. This new person, they're a rebound. That's what they are. And even if they stay with that person, you know that the narcissist is codependent. They need people. They need people. They need validation. So they're not going to be on their own. So you know that this isn't going to last. Once that person sees through the lies, see through the illusion, they're not staying. You think they're going to stay? You think that they find the one and that they are happy ever after? No, no, this doesn't happen. People see through the lies. Because at some point you end up listening to your intuition and thinking, geez, you know what? That was so tough. I was never happy. That was never fulfilling. People always leave them, and they know that. They know that they can't keep people forever. And this is the issue. This is why they've got to run their game on you. This is why they've got to keep you in these mind loops, keep you stuck in these traps, keep manipulating you, keep gaslighting you, keep telling you the lies. But you know what, my friends? The truth always comes out. It always does. No matter what situation it is, it will always come out, reveal itself. I really like that, Bossy. You're right. The borrowed versions of them unknowingly so cruel. Yeah, because they operate from an ego level. And when you do, you're not bringing your authentic self to the table. It's always a lie. It's always a cover up, cover up, cover up. Okay? But again, that whole lie, okay, it all comes out. You can't keep the lie going forever. People see it. You're right, Bruno. Time tells truth. It does. But you guys have been the ones that have seen through it. You see the truth. It's like I said, what are you going to do with that information? You know, you see it. So what are you going to do with it? You're going to keep lying to yourself. This person is, you're missing them. They were the best thing. Like you can't live without them. Why have they done this to me? Well, then what you're doing is believing their lies still. What, you don't think you can move on? What, you don't think you can live your life without them? Well, you need to be watching their social media and seeing what they're doing. You want to keep lying to yourself. Stop. See it for what it is. These people, okay, take them off that pedestal and see them for who they really are. You would cry for them. Meaning you would cry because it's so sad who they really are and what they have been through. Yet in your mind, you're believing them to be something more. Do you know what? The truth is you are more. Even though this person has put you down and made you think that you are not good enough, that you can't do this, you can't live without them. They lied to you. That's the lie. That's the illusion. The truth is that you are more than them. You can heal. You can move forward. You are more. You are enough. These are triggers from the past. These are your triggers from the past if that is what you're believing. And it isn't true. Triggers are made up of people's opinions of you. It's not the truth. It's what someone else has thought. But what's happened over time, you've embedded it as your own. And so then you have an emotional reaction when you are met with the same set of circumstances. It causes you to feel a certain way. Yeah. So know that you are enough. Know that you are more. Know that you will elevate. Know that you will heal. That is the truth. That's what, journal this, guys. Journal this, because this will really help you to move forward, because you're all amazing. You know what? I haven't met you guys face to face, but I already know this. I already know you are. You know, through your words, through the things that you say, I feel your energy. And I think you guys are wonderful. I really do. And I'm so grateful to have you here with me at this time. I really am. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I think you're all amazing. And I hope that one day I'll get to meet you face to face. I really do. And those of you that have like worked with me again, really, really enjoyed spending my time with you and helping you guys heal. I really do. So, how long does this rebound relationship with this new supply last? Well, again, it's time. Every situation is different, every relationship. I mean, I can't even really call it a relationship. I mean, what can you call it with the narcissist? A interaction, I guess. An interaction. So their behavior or the way that they are exists in a pattern, okay, in a cycle, in a cyclical pattern. So you've got value, devalue, discard. Everybody's behaviors like exist in patterns, but with a narcissist, it's a very cyclical pattern. So they will value you. They'll put you on this pedestal. They'll think you're amazing. They'll make you feel like you're amazing. They'll make you feel so seen. And then they will discard you. Then they will say, no, sorry. Then they will devalue you. And they'll say horrible things to you that make you believe that you are not good enough. So a lot of this is about projection. A lot of this is like making you feel like you're not worthy of them. And the reason why they do that, because again, that keeps you trapped. If you think too highly of yourself, you're going to up and leave. You're going to see their lies and you're going to be like, oh no, I'm not doing this anymore. And then you'll go. So the only way that they're going to keep you caged up, trapped, is if they put you down, is if they say all these nasty things about you. Then that's how they're going to keep you. And again, don't you think it's weird? Like that is the only way that they can have you in their lives, is that they got to trap you. They're going to make you believe that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not good looking enough. They're going to keep you trapped. That is the only way that they can keep you. Think about that for a moment, okay? Because that's what's happened here in this interaction. They have kept you in a trap so that you don't leave. So basically, you've been like a caged animal so that you don't leave in a cage, in this cage here in your mind, because they made you believe you're not good enough. Isn't that sad? That they can't actually be with you in a natural, in a healthy way where you stay with free will, right? Your free will is tampered with. Yeah. So that's how you stay in these relationships with these individuals. It's not really a relationship, is it? It's not really normal, is it? No. You're trauma bonded. You're bonded by trauma to this person. That's how they keep you trapped. So signs that their new relationship isn't perfect as they make it seem. So again, this is where over time, the new supply will see, because they can't trap you forever. They can't keep you stuck down, can they? Oh, I love that, Ralph. Straighten your crown and rule. Yeah. Your kingdom, my kings and queens. Yeah. Your kingdom is your life. You live your life for you. You are the most important. You really are, my friends. See it for what it is. Stop believing the lie. Like the fog lifts, you see through it. You are more powerful than you think. You are more important than you think. You are important. Druid says, we must take pains not to become bitter narc hunters. Shunning strangers because of what if is a real challenge, but we can do it. And that's a really good point, Druid W. Like, absolutely. Not everybody is narcissistic. Not everybody is out there to get you. That's not what this life is about, okay? This is about you. The antidote or the medicine to all of this, okay, is ultimately to connect back to you. This is about connection of self. You know why? Because when you connect to you, you understand yourself and you trust yourself the most. Okay. Because you know that you are never going to lie to yourself. You're not going to betray you. You're never going to cheat. You're never going to be nasty. You're not going to do all these things to yourself because you're going to trust you. Okay. So once you know you, you understand your responses, you understand your your guts, your intuition, all of this. So when someone that is bad, someone who's got negative energy enters into your life, you're going to know straight away that this person means you harm, that this person is not good for you. So when you meet new people, instead of becoming bitter, you learn about yourself, you connect back to yourself, you understand you and start to build trust within yourself. These people are never going to affect you ever again. And that is the truth. That is the antidote. That is how you play this. Not that it's a game, but this is how you, this is the only way that you can protect yourself is to do that. Because otherwise you do become bitter. You then stay in victim mentality. And victim mentality is another form of staying stuck. Oh, why did this happen to me? I don't deserve this. Why me? Why does all the bad things happen to me? It's not, my friends. The bad things don't always happen to you. Yes, what you have gone through has been a really challenging, a really awful, negative experience. But people do have negative experiences. Remember, it's all about perspective, and you have choice in this situation on how you want to see it, how you want to go forward. Do you want to stay stuck? Do you want to see yourself as a victim? Do you want to see that all of this, what has happened, has been so awful, so damaging, and you're going to stay stuck in that mindset, for years and years and years? That's going to take away your life. And that is what they want. They want you to stay bitter. They don't want you to move on. They don't want you to be happy because you know what? When they contact you again, you're going to be like, yeah, I want to hear from you. Yes. What's been going on? When they're hoovering you back in. When that does happen, who cares? Who cares what they are doing? Who cares what they're saying? It's all lies anyway, because that's all they ever do. They live in this facade. They live in fantasy world. I mean, like, do you know what I mean? Like, who wants to be friends with that? Who wants to know what someone like that has got to say? Have they done enough damage? So this is where you got to think, I'm going to protect myself. I'm going to put myself first. I am going to protect me. Because as we know, no one else is going to do it for you. No one out there is going to protect you. You've got your own back. And that's how it's got to be. It is your birthright to protect yourself and be happy. So, my friends, doesn't matter what they got to say. Who cares if they're coming back? It's all lies. This is where you take your power back. And the first thing is all about breaking the emotional attachment. And I understand that for a lot of you, this is really difficult because you're going to be obsessing over the post breakup. You are. You're going to be worrying about and thinking about them. And this is the thing, because this is what trauma bonds are. The obsession, the why didn't it work out? Why didn't this happen? And the fact that you have also emotionally invested in this person. But this is where you've got to detach, okay? And you've got to see it for what it really is, for the fact that this person wanted to trick you. You were lied. You didn't have all the information in front of you. They tried to keep you emotionally invested to prevent you from moving on, to reclaiming your life. because in your mind, you're trying to work out what is truth, what's not, why did they say this? If I had done something else, then something else would have happened. Take the emotion out of it. And I know that's really hard. I know that's really hard. But look at this logically, okay? Look at this in a logic way, because this really helps. And I say this a lot, like with my client work, okay? Let's look at this logically, right? If this person really loved you, like they say they do, like you believed them to, would they put you in a position to lose you? Now think about that. If someone loves you, would they put you in a position to lose you? Regardless, they could say it, with bells and whistles, with presents, with a smile on their face. But if they're losing you, then they were okay with that from the beginning, right? So this isn't love. This is a trauma bonding, bonded by trauma. And why would this person want to keep you emotionally invested? Well, do you know what? Because it's not doing you any good being emotionally invested, worrying, thinking, wondering why. It's not doing you any good. But you know what? It's doing them very good. So this is all about detaching. This is all about reclaiming your focus, redirecting your thoughts towards your own well-being. The most important, the most key person here is you. Because when you are thinking about them, what you're doing is you're expending your energy onto this person. And yes, it is true. Energy doesn't lie. You are giving something to this person for free who does not deserve it. So again, you're trapped. Again, you are giving someone something that they don't deserve, that they don't cherish. That is the biggest shame out of all of it, that this person cannot see you for who you are. And they don't regard it as something that is valuable. So this is where you've got to think, you know what? Well, I have a choice here. I have a choice to put myself first. I have a choice to put myself in the front seat where I am the one that is seen. I see me. So I'm going to live my life the way that I want to. Because you know what? My well-being, my emotional well-being, this is what is important to me. And this person can tell you anything, but by their behavior, they haven't. It's not true. It's not coming forward, is it? So this is where you have to understand what's really going on here. Okay. The trauma bond, I'll be honest, my friends, it's really, really hard at first. It can also feel very debilitating. However, over time, when you practice emotional detachment, it will get easier and you will heal from it. You will. You'll get past it. I promise you, my friends. You so will get past it. But a lot of this depends on how quickly you are able to conquer those thoughts, see the truth, and live in the truth, because the truth is the light. The lies is the darkness. So it really just depends on how you've got to be determined, you've got to be motivated. And the way that you do that, okay, well, here's a few tips, okay, how you can stop the trauma bonds from really taking hold of your life. Well, a lot of this is getting in connection with yourself. So, maybe even journaling. And if some of you are feeling anxiety and are not able to journal, what I would say is take small amounts of your day out and just be with yourself. So that could mean, I don't know, walking to get your groceries, walking with your pets, walking in the woods, walking on the beach, just being with yourself. Don't have to do anything, don't have to whatever, just being with you. Okay. And what I would suggest here is if you are doing the walking exercise, then just try not to listen to music. I just want you to be aware of your surroundings. So this is a lot of this is about grounding in the moment. Yeah. So this is about grounding in where you are, because I want you to pay attention to your environment. Can you see any birds? What color is the sky? Trees? What is around you? What can you see? This is going to be very healing because again, what you're doing is you're getting in contact with yourself. And the reason why this is really, really important is your gut or your intuition is part of your sensory system. Okay. Your sensory system, like your smell, vision, taste, what you hear. These are all part of your senses, yeah? But also your intuition is part of your sensory system, is part of your survival. So, what we're doing here is really trying to get into contact with that without having any disturbances. Yeah. That's why this really works. That's why it's really helpful to do that. And if those of you you practice this, you keep doing this is where, like, for example, a lot of people meditate because that's exactly what happens. You become really familiar with how your body feels. That's also connecting to yourself. That's also refining that skill. We're all born with it. We are all born with intuition. But this is the skill here is, are you able to hear what it is saying? Are you able to feel what it is trying to show you? So this is where you've got to refine this skill because this is what is going to save your life going forward. Your your gut feeling or your intuition, this is where you're reading someone else's energy. Yeah, this is where this is where you're reading the other person. So that's why it's important for you to connect to in doing that. Um, and another thing, in order to connect your intuition, is about really stabilizing your nervous system. So if you're feeling anxiety or depression, your nervous system is going to be, or PTSD or CPTSD. So your nervous system isn't going to be calm. So you have to try and calm that down because that also is going to affect your adrenal system as well. So again, we have to be able to calm those things down. That's about creating safety in your environment, feeling safe in where you are. What can you do? How can you create a really inviting, warm, um, cozy environment? Does that mean lighting candles? Does that mean, I don't know, maybe changing the decor, maybe getting some plants, maybe listening to some music? All of these things matter. Just got, mind if I haven't got money? Do you know what, Jim? Yes, of course. If you just go into the description box, I think my email is on there. So have a look, or there's a link to my website as well, which you can also get in contact with me. So, yes, so connecting back to you, your intuition is what is going to help you. So, it's about redirecting your thoughts towards your own well being and not worrying about them or thinking about them. This is about you. Okay. So, the next part I really wanted to look at signs that the narcissist is actually suffering without you. Now, I know this is going to be more validation for you guys. All right. And I know we shouldn't be thinking like this. I completely understand. But you know what? Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Let's just for a little bit, okay? Just for a little bit, and then we'll talk about more about healing. But let's look at the signs that the narcissist is actually suffering. Okay. There are cracks in their mask if you see it. It's just where you've got to be aware. You've got to become aware of their behavior. Remember what I said. Their behavior happens in a cycle, and that's not going to change. So they're going to start doing the same things like they have done always. Okay, so there are cracks in the mask. So what they're going to do is they're going to hoover, aren't they? They're gonna hoover you. They're gonna try and get in contact with you because something back there is not working out for them. So they're gonna need your attention. They're gonna need your energy. That's what they're gonna need. All right. So they're gonna get in contact with you. All right, because they're gonna wonder, "Oh, what are they doing? They haven't contacted me. Looks like they're doing good. Looks like they're doing okay. Well, let's see. Let's see." Okay. So that's when they're going to start hoovering you. And what are you guys going to do? What are you going to do about that? When you get that text, what are you going to do when you get that phone call? Or what are you going to do when you get that like on your social media post? Remember what we said? Remember what we talked about? What are you going to do? Also, what might actually happen is they might have increased social media presence. So they're going to be out there, I don't know, talking about what they're doing. Might not be flaunting new supply because at the moment they are with someone and that's not working out. So they're not going to be showing that new person so much, or they're not going to be showing that they're in a relationship because at this point they might be looking for some secondary supply or for some other people to be able to, I don't know, give them a little bit of attention. So they're not going to be kind of posting it out there that they're in a relationship or something with a person. So the increased social media presence is going to be more about them, like more about what they are doing, how wonderful their life is, and how great whatever they're doing, they're feeling good. Like that's what they are going to be doing. Okay. So can you see how all of this is just a game? It's so immature though. Can you see it for what it is? It's like it literally is just like, like what you would do in high school. Like, I don't know, like why would you be doing this? They're not emotionally mature because these are all mind games. They're going to start gossiping or smear campaigns. They're going to start talking to people that you know, people that they also might know to try and get a reaction out of you. That's what they're going to do. Because they're going to try and get your attention in some way. So think about it this way, right? If they were so happy, if they were doing good, they were living their best life, right? Like how they showed on social media, how they were posting, how many holidays they were going on, and the life that they were living. That looked like they were having a good time. Sure, they were living their best life. Yeah, that does look like that. So why are they getting in contact with you? Why are they hoovering you? Why are they doing this? Like, this is what you got to ask yourself. There are cracks in this reality of theirs. And can you call it reality? It's a fantasy. They're living in another world, another planet, like literally another reality. If they were so happy, you wouldn't be contacting your ex. Like, think about it, right? Imagine you moved on and you're in something new with someone else, right? Would you really be contacting your ex? No, because you're happy. Either way, you still wouldn't contact your ex, right? So why do you think they do it? Well, that's all about the attachment disorder, my friends. This is where the discrepancies of their disorder show up, doesn't it? Because it shows up, because it's there in plain sight. If you're happy with the person that you've moved on and you're showing this for the world to see, why are you then contacting that person? Why are you then shouldn't even be on your mind? I'm just talking about the narcissist, yeah? They're happy, yeah? But this is where the cracks, and this is where if you respond to the Hoover, if you respond to that, you're being sucked into the game. Because they will tell you sweet nothings. They will tell you what you want to hear because that's what worked previously. But the thing is, you guys have now evolved. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify yourself to this person. Why would you be doing this? You're not doing this. No. This is where you have to override this and see it for what it is. Again, this is all about emotional detachment, about seeing the truth, seeing it for what it is. And remember, once you see the truth, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the truth? This is where it should empower you. This is where you need to rise. You need to level up. Be smart, my friends. Be smart. This is your birthright. This is how you move forward. You elevate like this. Think about this logically. Don't have your emotion in it. Okay? They didn't do this to you, to hurt you, to be this way. They have been damaged like this from birth or from childhood. No, maybe not birth, but from childhood. And this isn't going to change. This is how they have been always. You're not going to change them. You're not going to be able to help them because they don't want to be helped. They don't want to be seen. So do yourself a favor. Instead of putting all that energy and effort onto that person, do it for yourself. Put yourself first. You know, Mark says, really, it's about you in the long run. What caused you to be open to the con? That's a really good point. That's a really good point, Mark. Why did we do it? Why did we go into it? Why did that happen? Well, because you know what? We didn't put ourselves first. We didn't put the boundaries in place first. Okay. We didn't protect ourselves enough because we didn't believe in ourselves. But you know what? Having someone like them in your life, do you know what? This is enough evidence that you need that you are enough because these people cannot survive without you. These people need you to be able to survive. They need the constant validation. They need the constant attention. You don't. Ian says another part of it, yeah, is people pleasing. Yes, it is people pleasing because that's what probably you have been taught to be good, to be kind to others. And yes, whilst that is how we should be, how it has to be. However, when someone is being nasty, when someone is putting you down, when someone is trying to steal your energy from you, trying to change you, trying to gaslight you, trying to take your free will from you, you got to protect yourself. It's like, how many times is someone going to kick you down before you do something about it? You got to rise up after the first time and go, no, I'm not tolerating this. This is not for me. I'm too important. I am good enough. I am seen. But a lot of this exists from our own childhoods, where we have been taught to put other people first and forget about ourselves. This is where we've got to change that opinion, where we've got to change that belief because it's not serving you, my friends, is it? It's not serving you. If it was, then you guys would be happy. You wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't have to have these people in your lives. You wouldn't have to learn these life lessons. But because they were in your life, let's change it. Let's change the perspective because remember, you have options. Doesn't mean you got to be stuck in this mindset, in this life, trapped, victim mentality. You have a choice. However, if you want to stay, you want to stay in that, then that is your choice. I really hope that you don't, and I wish you all the best. I really do. However, hello, Bob. Really nice to see you. Lorraine says knowledge is game over. Yeah. However, this is where you rise up. This is where you become strong mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You got to go forward because you've only got forward. You got now and you got forward. You don't have the past. You don't have the future, but you got to go forward in life. What you have to remember is that narcissists don't heal. They never heal. All they do is distract themselves. These people don't heal. So if you really think about it, this is what they want you to do. They don't want you to heal. They want to drag you down to their level. They want you to stay in their level so that you don't leave. How long are you going to keep distracting yourself with the narcissist, wondering what they're doing, wondering if they're happy, if they're happy with their new supply, if they've moved on? Again, you have a choice. It's all about perspective and it's all about choice. And remember, you can have the life that you want. You can have the life of your dreams, but you've got to choose that. And it's gonna mean you've got to put hard work in. For sure, you've got to put hard work in. But you will get there. Do not give up on yourself. Bossy says scapegoats are the real goats. Yes, yes, they are. Lorraine says the ex-narc wanted to stay friends, even though he was cheating behind my back. Do they do it in case it doesn't work out and they can reuse you again? Yeah. I mean, what are we? Jigsaw puzzles? A game? What are we? This is what I mean. This is how they objectify. They don't connect to you. They see you as an object of what you can give them. How dare they think that they can keep you as friends and then come back? This is where you've got to put your foot down and you got to be strong and see it for what it really is. Because these people, they have no boundaries and they will take from you what is not theirs. Witchy Hocus Pocus says, we cannot leave due to financial reasons. How do we protect ourselves? Okay, bless you. That's a really tough one, isn't it? Having like being tied up that way. Okay, so a lot of this is to do with the energy exchange, isn't it? Like if you're financially tied up with this person, then it's about having boundaries and putting some sort of protection in place. Ultimately, if you decide to leave or you decide to change the dynamics of your business, then this can also be done. I mean, it can be done, it will have to be done legally. Obviously, you're going to have to get some sort of advice from a lawyer for sure. But obviously, I can't give out financial advice because I'm not qualified and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But ultimately, this is all about boundaries and putting protection in place. You do have choices in this matter. And in terms of kind of like moving away, like I really honestly, you need to grey rock this person, not to give out so much emotional information. Maybe don't spend as much time with this person because again they're going to be taking your energy, and try and look towards some sort of resolution legally, and I think that would be your best plan forward. If they refuse, then you again you have options. They can't refuse because this is something that you are wanting for the business. So yeah, it's going to look like you're going to have to kind of take some sort of legal action with this person, but first of all you need to protect yourself, put boundaries in place. Hope that helps. Danielle says my narc is stonewalling me now, going on 2 weeks now. Is the same thing as breaking, is this the same thing as breaking up with me? Oh, okay. So I feel like they're at the, remember what I said, like narcissists will, their behavior goes in cycles. So it sounds to me like you're part of part of the discard phase. Um, yeah, probably that they're going to discard and there's going to be some period of silence and then they're going to come back in again because that's what they're going to do. Um, Hold on, where's that question gone? Yeah, 2 weeks now is the same thing as breaking up with me. Do you know what? The fact that you have had this time, you've had 2 weeks to be able to kind of think and get yourself like together and understand what's going on. What I would say to you is probably, yeah, it's probably a silent treatment. That's what I would say. Whichever way you want to see it. This is at now the discard phase. The next part of the phase is when they come back in and they love bomb you. So really it's about what are you going to do with this information? What are you going to do going forward? Are you going to accept this and wait for them to come back in to go around in the cycle again? Or are you going to do something about it now? And this is really like, look, there's no judgment. And I know it's really hard to leave someone like this, but this is really something for you to think about because I know it takes a few tries to leave a narcissistic individual. I know it's not easy and it almost always doesn't happen first time. So just really think about what you are willing to kind of take on, what you are willing to accept. And this is about you. Okay. I hope that helps. Ian says it was always trying to make a circle turn into a square. It was never ending. Bless you. I know, like going round and round in circles, the same thing over and over again. Like, who's got time for this? Okay, you, Krusty, and then Deb, I will answer your question. Anushka, I have a question. Perhaps we all wonder about, was it ever real? Did the friend actually love you at one time? Um, do you know? Yeah, it's real. It's real for them. It's a different type of love. If you're asking if this was real love, For you, yeah, probably you love this person. Yeah, it was real for you. Real for them? Well, they understand love in a completely different way. They have severe attachment disorder. So they're not going to attach onto you in that same way. Because if they don't understand how to attach, have to have a healthy and secure attachment, well then that's what real love is. It's about having understanding, compassion, empathy, wanting the best for the other person, unconditional love, acceptance. That's what love is. They can't do that for themselves. So how are they going to be able to do that for you? So when they said, "Oh, I love you," that was their understanding of love. That's how they get it. Their love is conditional because this is what they had experienced as children. And this isn't going to change. How do you tell someone that the way that you love or the way that you understand love is wrong? Like, how do you tell someone like that? And especially someone like them? You can't. And you can't teach them it to be different. You loving them so much unconditionally isn't going to cure them, isn't going to teach them. So, was it real? It was real for you. Okay, that's what you gotta remember. It was real for you. But for them, all they wanted to do was control you and keep you in a little box so that you don't leave, that you stay compliant and you stay there. That's what they wanted. Um, and I know that's really tough. I know that's a really hard pill to swallow, but ultimately the truth is going to set you free. These people are not capable of loving another human being in the same way that me or you do. So you have to put yourself first. You have to understand that these are emotionally damaged individuals. I hope that helps. Deb, Anoushka question. Curious, what's the average amount of Hoovers people usually accept before the final discard on the victim's part? Again, Deb, it really just depends on where you are in your healing journey. I would say on average, like three to four Hoovers. But again, this is just from my own experience. This isn't scientifically proven. This isn't theoretically proven or psychologically proven. This is just from my own experience, like working with individuals. It takes a few goes. Do you know what I mean? Because it is hard. Like it's hard because you want to believe that person. You want them to offer you an explanation. And I think a lot of the time we also live in hope. And I think hope is the biggest killer, is when we are hoping that this person is going to change, that things are going to be different. We're hoping that this person is going to suddenly offer us some sort of explanation. But that's the thing, they never do. And when they do come in, I mean, what is it? They don't even tell you. They don't even say sorry most of the time. And a lot of the time, it's just like what you want to hear. It's kind of half hearted. So, what I would say to you is this: don't compare, because this isn't comparison. Look at your own progression. Where have you got to? How far have you come? And this is about emotionally detaching from this person, because ultimately, this person isn't going to bring you happiness. There's no love in any of this. It's just going to be upsetting for you, and you're going to feel bad for you. So, how many Hoovers? Really depends on the person, really depends on how much you understand yourself and what your needs are, you know? How is everyone doing so far? We're going longer today. I've just got a few more things. I hope you guys can stick around for a little bit longer. Are you guys enjoying the live so far? I hope that you are. I'm going to answer some of your questions in just a moment. So my friends, what does real healing look like? Well, real healing, what it looks like is shifting the focus on you. That's what it looks like. You. It's always been you, and it will always be you. Steps to fully detaching and stop checking in on them. Okay? Again, detach. Detach from them. See the truth. You know the truth. This is about acceptance. I know that acceptance can be very difficult and can be challenging. But you have to put the work in because you have to know your worth. You have to know you. This is about your life. This is about saving your life. And I've talked about this a lot on my live streams where I've said that the longer that you stay in these interactions with these individuals, the more unwell you will become. These people literally kill you. Your nervous system, the cortisol levels, the upset, the heartbreak, the pain. All of those things isolated on their own won't kill you. But can you imagine having a combination of those things leads to heart problems? You can die from a heart attack. You can die from a broken heart, lead to heart palpitations or respiratory issues. You can die from respiratory issues. You also, what cortisol does is it raises your blood pressure, causes problems with your internal organs. You can die from all of those things. Also, it causes you sleepless nights. And it's true, you can die from not sleeping enough because all of your body becomes dysregulated. So this is really important for you to remember. The longer that you keep this person around, the more they are killing you. And this is about setting boundaries and protecting your peace. That's what it means. It's protecting your peace because your peace is very important to you. Okay. And you are the most important. You're right, Druid. Mind, body, and soul. That's what this is all about. You know? Favina says, this is my second time around. I should have known better. Oh, Favina, you know what, my friend? Look, we can all say that we should have known better, but you know now, and that's the most important thing. There's no point putting yourself down and making yourself feel bad or negative. Stop. Don't do that. Don't blame. Don't put negativity out there. Do you know what? You know now. And now you see the truth. You've got the truth in front of you. You can do something about it. Doesn't matter what's happened before. You were still gathering evidence. You're still researching, still trying to find out. But now you know, and you can make an informed decision or choice that works for you. Jim says, I kind of want to run away and move to Costa Rica over Vietnam, but I don't really want to lose my little boy. And then she's one. I know, my friends. I know, Jim. It is tough, and I know you want to leave because that probably would help in your healing. Um, and and then it would mean that you won't see your little boy, but perhaps maybe there could be some intermediary. Maybe there can be something in the meantime. Maybe it might mean that you do live over in Costa Rica and then make that trip over to Vietnam like a few times a year. I don't know, obviously, like financially and whatever's going on, but also maybe going to Costa Rica might help in your healing. Maybe that's what you need, just like some kind of healing for the time. Yes, 499, a mind wipe.